we're still talking about the type of Ethernet standards. We said they have a 10 megabits. The 10 megabits is a little bit obsolete because most network, even home network, will require a little bit faster internet. However, there are areas you cannot have more than 10 megabits. You have to use the 10 megabits. The second, we also talk about the 100 megabits, which is now the Ethernet standard for home office, because most place now you can have the 100 megabits per second, and pretty much fast to handle movie, to handle video broadcasting. So this is a perfect Ethernet standard for small business or for home office business. However, some business who can afford it can use the 1000 megabits, which is very fast, or the 10,000 gigabits. So this is the fastest we have so far for commercial grade, but we still have faster internet communication. We have faster service that we can use, but those are for enterprise grade network, and they will require fiber optic. In terms of copper cable, what we are focusing today, you will not use anything faster than 10,000 gigabit per second. Now we have the small office and home office network. This is what we're going to do the most, what you have to pay attention to. As I explained at the beginning, you can see all the computers are connected to one switch. So the switch, we have a smaller switch here. This is a switch, and all you have to do is to have a cable to connect all your computer to the switch. Now, here's the switch. I plug this laptop. I plug one end of the cable to the switch, and I plug the other end to the RJ45, and I have a computer connected to the network. So I can have other computer. I can take another cable that is connected to another computer, and I connect it right here to the switch. So every time I want to add a device to my network, all I need is a piece of cable to connect that device to the switch. Of course, the switch have to be connected to a power source, because if the switch does not have power, it's not going to be able to perform its job. So first you plug the switch to power, and you take every device, you connect a cable to the device, and you connect the other end of the cable to the switch. So if you see that, we have all of those devices here, they are connected to the switch. However, we have what they call the access point. So the access point is connected to the switch, but the printer here, the portable device, this laptop, this cell phone, all of those small devices are connected to the network through the access point. So the switch, the access point, and the modem itself connect to the internet. We connect the network with the ISP provider. So the reason why you see only the modem here is the fact that this new modem, they come with a router. So if you're going to plug only a few devices to the switch, so you don't need a router. But if the modem already come with a router integrated inside. However, for most network, you will find there is a router right here, because this is the router that device that provide an IP address to every device on the network. So as I said again, in the network you will have a switch that allow you to connect all the device, printers, computers, camera together, and you will have an access point, which is a device that allow you to connect wireless device to a network, and you will need to have a router. The router assign IP address to every computer on the network, and also you need a bridge or a modem that will connect your network with an ISP provider. Your ISP provider must be maybe Comcast, maybe Verizon, and it can be any other company that provide internet service. But in order for your network to be connected to the internet, you need a ISP, internet service provider. So this is very, very important to understand. A lot of clients will tell you, I want a network, thinking the fact that they have a network, the network will be connected to the internet automatically. Nothing like this. You can have a local area network that is independent, that is not connected to any internet. So in order for a network to connect to the internet, you need a bridge or a modem. In order to connect many devices to the internet, each device must have a unique IP address, and this IP address will be assigned to the device through the router. So we're going to have a summary of all the devices that you need for a small office or home network. Those are the network you're going to work a lot with. You're going to need an access point. The access point, most of the router are also access point. It is a device that will have an antenna and will broadcast all the data, and your equipment could be your laptop or your tablet, your cell phone, will be connected to the network through the wireless access point. So wireless access point is where the wireless network is connected to the wired network. As you can see, the wireless access point is connected to the switch. So the wireless access point is the place where the wireless network is connected to the wired network. And you need an Ethernet switch. The Ethernet switch is like the switch here, could be much bigger than that. The switch is like a box that have many RJ45 port. This is where you connect all the network, and this is the switch that allows all the computer on the network to communicate with each other. So not only the switch provide a place to connect all the devices together, regardless is the laptop, the printer, the camera, the switch provide a place to connect everything, but also the switch have technology that allows all the computer on the network to communicate with each other. So the switch have do two jobs. First, allows to connect device together, but also do the traffic on the network using something named MAC address that I will talk a little bit later about. So I promise you to talk about IP address, which is very important because I said this is the IP address that allows network to communicate with other network. And I just said MAC address allows computer to communicate with each other in the local area network. So those two terms, MAC address and IP address, will be part of the next topic about network. Maybe we will have like 5 or 6 presentations only about network. And a router The router is the device that allow communication from one network to another network. Everything that going out or come in your local area network will have to pass through the router, and the router will assign an IP address to every computer on your network so they can communicate with other networks. This is a very important component in small office or home office network. So you will need a bridge or a modem. The bridge or a modem most of the time provided by the internet service provider. So most of the time the bridge or the modem will be provided by the internet service provider. So if you have a service such as broadband, or you have a service such as DSL, those services use a bridge. Those services use a bridge because they are connected all the time with your ISP provider. So if you are in the case where you have to call a server to connect to the service provider, if you have to call the service provider, that means your service is not connected all the time, but your modem have to call the service provider to establish the connection. This is where they call this device a modem. So we will have to talk about the difference between the bridge and the modem. So next. So earlier I said we have commercial grade network, we have enterprise network. Enterprise network does not use the same equipment that we use in home office network. They use switch that are commercial grade switch. Most of the time is Cisco switch. They use router that are commercial grade router, and those type of network can support thousands of users, and will provide a reliable connection, reliable link between many different networks. So enterprise grade network is different than any other type of internet network. So enterprise LAN is a larger enterprise network that requires multiple enterprise class switch, access point, and router. So those type of network does not have only one router. They don't have only one switch. They don't have only one connection to the internet. They use commercial grade, and most of the time Cisco switch, and many of them Cisco router, and many of them, to make sure the network can provide all the support they need. And also those type of network, they have the small and medium enterprise for a smaller organization, such as a college campus or a university. So there are two types of enterprise network. They have small and medium enterprise network, and they have enterprise network. So the next segment of this presentation, I'm going to talk about the cable.